Welcome to the WIHS Journal Public Affairs from 104.9 FM. I'm Alicia Morgan. Today I'm talking with Crystal Hernandez from the Connecticut Alliance of Foster and Adoptive Families, or KFAF. She'll share a need they're facing as they prepare for an event happening this Saturday. Welcome to WIHS. We have Crystal Hernandez, the outreach coordinator for KCAF, the Connecticut Alliance of Foster and Adoptive Families, with us today. Crystal, for the folks that have never heard of KCAF, give us a quick picture of who you are, who you serve, and what brings you here today.
Hi, so KFAF, Connecticut Alliance of Foster and Adoptive Families, we are a nonprofit based in Rocky Hill, but we serve all of Connecticut for the adoptive and foster families throughout the state. So we provide support, training, advocacy, recruitment, and retention. We work alongside DCF, so these are all DCF licensed foster and adoptive families that we provide whatever we can for to help make everything a better transition, especially when they get foster kids in their house, and do fun stuff such as events, back to school. We do have one big event coming up, Avenue of Dreams, which is on March 14th. Which I would love to talk to you guys about.
Okay. All right. Well, tell us a little bit more about Avenue of Dreams.
Yes. So Avenue of Dreams is a prom readiness event that we have for the teens experienced in foster care as well as adopted through foster care, ages 13 through 19. We have been doing it probably close to 20-ish years now. I believe we started 2009, maybe 2010. And it's a fun event. So they're able to get free prom dresses, tuxedos, suits, makeup done, hair done, everything they need for their prom, formal dances, whatever the case may be. And it's a good experience. They're able to leave there very confident, motivated, and just have a great time.
That is awesome, because that event is a very precious moment for seniors and juniors. And so what is it that you'd like our listeners to know? Or I know there's an event that's coming up. Is there a way our listeners can partner with you?
Yeah, so there's a few different ways. One of the first things that is very helpful for KFAF especially is donations. So this event is based off of donations that we get from the community throughout the years. Individuals, different agencies, nonprofits, businesses, you name them. Usually they like to donate to KFAF. Again, they'll donate the dresses, tuxedos. It's very hard to come by, especially tuxedos. So we are very donation heavy for the event. And we are currently looking for dresses size 0 through 4, as well as plus sizes 16, 18, and higher, as well as women's shoes, jewelry, accessories, whatever you can donate would be great. We do accept very gently used, again, like new condition. Again, if you wore it once or twice and it just doesn't fit anymore, we'll gladly take it. There doesn't need to be tags or anything like that, just as long as they're in good condition, no stains, no holes, no mistreatment to it, because the youth experience in foster care do deserve the best, and we don't want to give them, kind of like a sloppy second. They're like, oh, this is what we're worth. Like, no, we definitely want to give them the best that we can.
Of course.
So we are looking for that, as well as any men's attire. The issue that we have run into with men's attire before is usually they'll rent it for the day for prom season and give it back. But these kids, the youth that attend, they do keep these with them. So they don't have to give them back after their event. They don't have to give them back that day. They take them to their prom. They can wear them, whatever they want to do after. Again, dresses, tuxedos, everything that's theirs to keep. And they're always welcome to come back the next year as long as we keep doing it to get more as well.
Wow.
So anything men's attire, suits, formal wear, shoes, you name it. Again, all sizes for men's. Men's are very hard to come by. And the other part, the second most important part, is we're looking for hairstylists and makeup artists that are able to volunteer the day of. They don't have to be super professional as long as they have a general idea of what they're doing. We do provide the makeup and hair services for the youth that day, so they're able to get, quick 5-10 minute little makeup tutorial done, as well as like a hairstyle done.
Wow. So that's a full day of prepping for that teen, young man or young woman. And I love what you're saying, because really a lot of these teens don't have a village, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody has to become a village for that teen to celebrate that special moment for them.
Exactly.
And so if you're listening out there, I'm speaking with Crystal Hernandez, the outreach coordinator of KFAF. Yeah, the Connecticut Alliance of Foster and Adoptive Families. And they have an amazing event, as she's been sharing, the Avenue of Dreams. And so we're just inviting our listeners to lock in and become a partner with you.
Yeah,
Use your skills if you're a hairdresser, if you have items that she's looking for, and we'll have her repeat that again so that if just in case you did not hear, you can partner with her. I want you to share, though, for a minute. I know you've experienced this for how many years have you been with
I
KFAF?
started December of 2021. So I've been doing Avenue of Dreams for 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. So my fifth Avenue of Dreams.
Wow. So do you have a special moment you like to share about, that you've experienced over the years while doing this?
I would say Avenue of Dreams, there's, again, with everything pros and cons. So especially as an outreach coordinator, you're over there, you're like, all right, I want today to be a breeze, and then fire number 1 comes up, fire number 2 comes up. So, there's always little things, little scenarios that whether you plan for or not, you go and you take care of them. But I think just at the end of the day, seeing all the youth leave, especially after they come in, they may have their hoodie up, they may not want to be there, they may be over on their phone like, do I really have to be here right now? It's 9 a.m. on a Saturday. Like, this is my weekend. I don't have school. Why am I up so early here? So just seeing all them transform and leave at the end of the day over there excited, like trying to get girls or guys' phone numbers and just leaving with a smile on their face, like, oh, we can't wait for next year. And just seeing like, hey, this was one of the kids that came in 7 hours ago that you could tell didn't want to be here or just sat in the corner like, can I go home?
Yeah,
So
well,
just
that's,
seeing,
that's a natural teenage disposition.
Yeah.
At any event that, they don't want to be at. But Crystal, the work that you and your team do reminds me of every young person needs and deserves to be celebrated, deserve, to have community come around them and make their lives special.
Definitely.
And I'm sure even though, like you said, they come in one way and leave the other way, they'll never forget that there were people that came and rallied around them and loved on them and, gave them something that they needed for that moment. All right. So I want you to share with people how they can get in contact with you, how you receive donations, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So the best way to learn more about the event that we may have missed, or if you missed a certain part, going on our website, www.cafafct.org, you're able to find more information about Avenue of Dreams on there. There's a separate page that has all the Avenue of Dreams information, what we're looking for, volunteers that we are still looking for. If you want to register, there's a button to register on there as well. And there's also information to contact me. So it'll bring you to a secure form that you're able to send me an email. But alternatively, you can also contact our KFAF office at 860-258-3400. And they'll be able to contact you with me if you have any specific questions, if they don't know the answer. But majority of us all have the same info. But if it's something more specific, they'll connect you to me.
And I wanted to ask, have you had moments where you haven't gotten enough support?
So in the past, our biggest thing is actually with the volunteers. So we have had makeup and hair have always been kind of this sticky situation for us where we'll have, 10, 15 volunteers signed up. The day of happens and, life happens. We understand that. Something comes up. And I think one year we had 3 makeup artists and we had 130 kids. And we felt bad. They were working through lunch and we didn't want them to feel that way. We did whatever we can, but also there were just lines of teenagers because everybody wanted their makeup done. If it was a few people, I think it would have been handled a little bit better, but everybody in line wanted it done. So luckily we had the support where there were other volunteers there in different positions like seamstress or dressing room attendant that were like, hey, I have some stuff in the car. Like, we'll definitely go over and take over, do some makeup stuff. And same with hair. One year, it always alternates. If makeup is okay, then it's hair that's missing a few. It's always one or the other. And I hate to admit it, but the last few years it's been makeup where I don't know really why. Besides, I understand people do work on the weekends and Saturday's a really big day. To ask somebody to give up a Saturday to volunteer compared to, making a profit doing their skill.
Right.
We feel bad, but it's also one of the best days that works for us just because of our family schedules and our schedule. So I would always say the biggest challenge is always making sure we have enough of either or of those 2 positions because they always alternate. I don't know one year that they didn't alternate.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for sharing your event.
Thank you.
You've been listening to the WIHS Journal and my conversation with Crystal Hernandez from Connecticut Alliance of Foster and Adoptive Families. If you'd like more information, just go to KFAFCT, that's CAFAFCT.org. That's KFAFCT.org.